Incomplete. A few minutes late, but I'm right on time. Leo season, so of course, I'm in the heart, rhyme like a dart. Yo, it's Leo. Understand, you know, not Theo. Huxtable, the Cosby Show, Buster Ill Flow. I grab the microphone and I flow. Big E, astrology. Lyrically, I spit it easily. Don't you know the flow the way I go off the top of the head? Yes, I get busy, yo. A new track, in fact, you know it's not black. I'm rocking the red, and yes, it is the dread. But these are sacred locks. I rock off the block on the microphone. The lyrics I just knock. Uh, you know how I do it, running right through it, so fluid. It's more than the water. Forget the new world order. Lyrically, you know I'm not ready for no slaughter. I rearrange stars and the cosmos for all my ladies and my ill bros. The bad bro with the chipped tooth. 8-8 portal, you know it's for the youth. What we do, we journal and manifest it. Don't you understand? God knows what we requested. Hope you had a good time too. Jupiter and Leo, what should we do? Expand their creativity and management, you see. Lyrically, I'll break it down. Astrology Tonight on 234. More. It could cause some depression, maybe loss of father. Maybe you could be like, oh God, why bother? I can't handle this anymore because you know it's debilitated. And should I tell you more? Well, wait till the track is over and I start talking. No talking on my fork, New Yorkin. That's the place, of course, where I was born. Coming like the it's like a storm. Congrats to the men for the chip, the U.S. gold medal, and of course a just flip. And the women, they're gonna beat France as well. That's right, baby. USL swell. USA, I don't play lyrically. You know, okay. He's gonna give it to you naturally every day, off the top of the dome. Knowledge is love. I'm just soaring, just like a dove, or maybe like a phoenix rising like an eagle. Moon's in Scorpio, like a beagle. Constellation is called Anguilla. Don't you want to star on the microphone? I'm illa, spilla. Yes, man, that's how it be. Born in September, can't mess with the E. I love Leo season, my boy's birthday next week. Then we'll have a little sneak peek for the Virgo. Ergo, I go. Don't you understand? Don't touch my ego. Legos. Yeah, I could build it too. Didn't like those as a kid. What about you? Etcher sketcher, not a fetcher. On the microphone, you know I rock the sweater. I'm lyrically better than most from coast to coast on the MIC brag and boast. Yo, what's the deal, good people? Let me tell you, you know what's funny? I left a thing open. He's gonna have to come and close it. But I rhymed even. You can't hear the echo, but I had an echo in my ear. It was a little distracting, but I just kept it going. I which one it is. One of the YouTubes is open. We gotta close it. I forgot to do it before the show. But how you guys doing? We'll go back to restream. What's up, y'all? How you doing? That's a new track from my boy Edwin Castaigne, DJ Crazy Killer. He's got a new name. We got to figure it out. Hope and Ev, thank you for coming. Tell me, how was the 888 portal? And guess what? Next year on our son's birthday, the day before mine, we're going to have the 999 portal. Yeah. And that's going to bring completion. Okay? Because remember, 9 is completion, the end of the road. That's why I explained to you guys the 27 degrees is the end of, the sign. And then we have the cuspy stuff. Okay? So that's going to be really powerful and deep. Now, what were you saying?
Well, no, I was just saying, he was born 9999. He'll
Yeah.
be 25, which is 5.
No, he'll be 25 this year.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, that's okay.
Never mind.
We went through this the other night. He'll be 26.
No. He'll be 28 though.
She don't listen to me, Lucy.
28. I'm sorry, not 28. He'll be 26, which will be 8.
Yes.
Which is a good number, right?
Yeah.
Well, it comes good numbers for different things.
Okay. She forgot what I told her. It comes full circle because she had him at 26.
Oh, yes, he did.
I remember everything.
Oh, yes, you do. Oh, my God. Just remember. And I forget everything. It's just what I do.
Pisces Mercury?
Yes.
Virgo Mercury.
But I do a whole lot of crap.
She does.
I look back and there's proof that I did stuff.
Yeah, she's incredible, right? And you got to probably come a little bit closer.
I'll move closer.
Just so they can hear you on the microphone too. Get closer.
Fine.
Slide on up.
Okay.
So, I hope you guys had a good week. It was the first week for our boys back in school. 3 kids in football. She's driving around like a maniac. We had another kid and then another kid to go get jersey fittings. I mean, it was really, really busy. It was a blessed week though. And then this week and the next week, we got, parent-teacher conferences, all this stuff. So it's exciting time, and the boys are happy. The Taylor twins turn 11 on Wednesday, miércoles. So it's like, wow, Leo season is in full effect. They are on the Leo-Aries cusp, which starts tomorrow. So we'll say goodbye to the Leo-Sag cusp, right? At 20 degrees to 29 degrees is the Leo-Aries cusp. But tonight we're talking about Leo and Jupiter and Leo and Saturn. Gotta, throw some business out there. Happy birthday, Leos. The Leo birth chart sale is on and rocking. If you are Leo sun, moon, or rising, natal birth chart, solar return chart, secondary progression. And you know what's dope about the solar return? It literally describes the year ahead of what can play out in your life. Really informative, extremely helpful. And then secondary progression, maybe you're a Virgo, maybe you're a Libra now. Your soul has advanced. And remember, in the progression chart, the moon switches signs and houses every 2.5 years, right? So if you're 27 years old, you're coming back around again to your natal moon placement. Or 54, like around there. So it's kind of cool. And so you can book live with me over Zoom, 65 minutes, 104, huge sale. Or the custom video summary with the transits and videos of planetary placements, mini movie of your life, 203. That's how it be from BigEAstrology. Hope, Evelyn, how was your 8-8 portal? Did we journal? Did we manifest? We did it as a family at the dinner table. It was really cool.
That was pretty cool. And I made it a point I meditated in the morning and the evening.
Yeah.
We did the stuff with the family. And I even got a small meditation at midday. And I wrote all my manifestations in present tense. So I am so excited about
this year.
Yes, I'm so excited about the 7-figure business I have helped my husband to build.
Oof.
Hey, but
that's awesome.
Like what do you say, Black Rob? Whoa.
It's like whoa. So, any comments? No? Okay. You guys don't want to share? Hope, that's Evelyn, okay. Did you guys do anything on the 8-8 portal? Anything?
Anyway, you can jump on.
So, also, you guys, Evelyn and Hope, I hope you're coming Friday night. We're going to look at Kamala Harris's chart for Coffee Talk. It's going to be super fun. No politics, just looking at the chart. Yes, we'll get into some historical stuff. Even, her affair with the governor of California and all that stuff. But, there's positive things too, in terms of different programs that she brought into California as a prosecutor, stuff like that. But it's really just looking at the chart, even like when she became a senator, right? When she became the vice president, looking at it in the annual perfections, and we'll see, right? She's the Gemini rising with the Libra sun and the Aries moon, born on a full moon exactly, you guys, 27 degrees. Crazy.
So I had a small little, I don't know if you want to call it a sort of rush with Kamala.
Oh.
Because I lived in San Francisco when she was with Willie Brown. And I was managing the couture salon at Saks Fifth Avenue at that time. And
make sure you're speaking up so they can hear you.
I was... Let me re-say it. I was a merchandise manager for the couture salon at Saks Fifth Avenue at that time. And one of my favorite saleswomen. Her name was Bunky Bowman, and she was this amazing woman. And I'm sorry, I just want to make sure that this is up and out so people can hear. And she used to tour with Count Basie and like all these old time big band jazz people. But long story short, she had been dressing Willie Brown's wife for years, and Willie Brown to a certain extent. And so I remember her coming to me and talking about how he was bringing his mistress, and she really didn't enjoy dressing this woman because she felt an allegiance to the wife. So I didn't.
And he was 60 at the time.
Yeah, I did not realize at the time that. I mean, I didn't realize until I was listening to some other stuff, and then I heard the timeline of where she was in the years, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah,
oh my
I was
gosh.
Kamala.
She was in the store. She was in the room. I saw her. But I didn't know who she was. Yeah. So, anyways, and Ellen said that she was angry on the 8-8 portal.
Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry.
She can hear me just fine. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry you were angry. Well, I hope you didn't keep it the whole day because you don't want that to manifest. So, but
Well, maybe she was manifesting the release. I actually, you know what? A big portion of my day was spent thinking about the things that I need to release because I'm a worrier. I hold a lot of crap. Don't laugh. It's a lot of your crap. So a lot of the crap of the byproduct of you.
Okay, I was about to say. So anyway, I want to just share with you guys. Please go and watch. I mean, my last 3 podcasts have been amazing. Really, the last few months. But Tammy Tuesday, Tammy Fellows, go watch and please comment. It was such an incredible episode. Mm-hmm. She's a spiritual life coach, and I was on her podcast, the Tammy Tuesday podcast. It's here on YouTube. You can subscribe. Super amazing woman, fascinating stories. And she basically had like an NDE. It was really scary with a carotid artery in her neck and all that stuff. Then, and even before then, Missy's Mysteries was really a great episode too. And I worked at her astrology store, and she is studying to be a shaman. She's a spiritual life coach as well, and she reads tarot. Just an amazing woman. But then I also had on Geliana Akin, who is an amazing soul contract reader and soul contract practitioner. You got to watch the episode. Soul contracts connect to the Kabbalah, and it's the sound frequency of your name. And I got to tell you, I mean, she did the both of us. She also did some extra stuff for us, looked at a family member's chart, looked at our son, our 15-year-old son's chart, the truth, blew us away. Yeah. We learned so much, not only confirming that we were soulmates and best friends, but just really, our soul purpose, soul destiny, soul talents. Like, it's a great episode. And then I just released on Thursday, Kimberly Montgomery. She's the host of Journey to the New Earth. And for you ladies,
Kimberly, don't play.
It's a deep episode. And then she also hosts Pretty Over 50. So she has 2 podcasts on YouTube, and a Pretty Over 50 is huge, like almost 300,000. Yeah, and I think she's gonna, Alana's gonna, she's gonna be on there with her products and everything. So yeah, go subscribe, but go watch those and please comment for me. Really, 3 amazing women. And before that, I had psychic energy mama Jolene Aaron, who is an amazing psychic medium, does Kundalini activation and awakenings, and just amazing. So I'm really excited. But this week, you guys, I got some heavy hitters. I got Joseph from Life the Plant Way. I've got Elizabeth Joseph from Be More Clean, who's into nutrition and raw food and health and doing colonics and so much more. And I've got an NDE guest who's had 5 NDEs. She is a medical intuitive, also like a shaman. Her name is Sherry Anshara. Okay, and that name was given to her after her 4th or 5th NDE.
Yeah, I thought it was the 3rd one.
Oh, maybe it was the 3rd one, but
because she died a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, this woman is 81 and is like, her mental is like 45. Like,
here's the thing about her.
I'm recording it on Tuesday.
Multiple
blow your
NDEs and all these different things are not even like the thing that's really amazing about her. What's amazing about her is that she speaks to your cells.
Yeah.
She speaks to your cell memory. She gets down into the molecular structure, into the most minute areas, and she hears your cells.
I did a healing session with her this week. Oh my God.
I know it's true because when I met her, within moments of us meeting, she said, "Can I tell you something?" and went into a trauma from when I was 7 years old. Knew me from nowhere. There was no way she could have possibly known. And she was just like, "Yeah, your cells are talking to me." I mean, and she was saying it just like I would say, "Hey, would you like some chocolate ice cream?"
Yeah, no, seriously, when this woman comes on, you guys are all going to want to book with her. I am honored. I'm honored to have her on my podcast, and I'm recording it Tuesday, so it should probably be out Thursday or Friday this week. And the other 2 guests will be on the following week. Like, I had a reading, and like her, she tapped into when I was 7. So I've shared on here before, my father was murdered when I was 6 years old, and my mother was shot in the head and left for dead when I was 7.
He didn't know this story.
And
I mean,
she did not know this at all. And that's the first thing.
Into other years.
Yeah,
that
she went
never talked about anywhere. Yeah, and she was picking it, and I was picking up on some of it because we know each other.
It was really, mind blowing, you guys. So. And stay tuned with the Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast.
What she talks about is the fact that our minds so often get in the way of things because of what she calls the BS, and that's belief systems. She has all these little sayings.
She has wait, make you crack you up. You know, if you checked out my newsletter, and I always share with you, like, knowledge is love is one of my E-isms. So I named the podcast. Well, I have my E-isms. She has her Sherry-isms, and she does it in her newsletter, just like I do my E-isms. And she's got a ton of them. It was amazing. But what I really love is that she's ancient. She's taught about, she kicks the Greys' butt, fighting against the Greys. She's about. She's done
a lot of very interesting things. And, her major thing that she really wants to focus, though, on is the healing, because that's what she feels that she's really here.
Well, she's trying to help people in the medical field, too. Medical practitioners.
Absolutely, but she wants to do this by teaching people her method and how to heal people. And she says that it's our minds, again, that are clouded by the BS, the belief systems that are so often holding us back. Our bodies are very smart, and our bodies will go back into place and do things. When he was laying on the table with her, he was laying there, and I'm looking, and I literally could see my husband's neck. She was not pulling it. She wasn't doing
She was just holding the back of my head, and my neck elongated.
I could see his neck stretching upward.
She took the
craziest thing.
Yeah, she literally took pain out of my feet. I've had 4 surgeries, 2 ankle surgeries, 4 surgeries on my feet, 2 each foot, and then 2 ankle surgeries on my right ankle, and took the pain away. But also, you guys, so she's working with medical doctors and trying to do stuff with the military and the government. And she's also working with an orphanage in Uganda. She's coming on. Do not miss this podcast. I promise you. Okay. So that's what's going on. You got some more people in the chat?
Did something really amazing.
Okay, share.
She said that she realized that she had been married, that she was angry, but what she do? She went out for a walk in the forest.
Perfect.
And she did a live on Facebook, which, Evelyn, right on, girlfriend. I'm so proud of you for that.
That's great.
And she was talking about the plants and just enjoying the forest. And it's so funny you say that, because I was just talking about you the other day to a dear friend of mine, and she wants to learn about plants and what she can eat and what she can do. And I totally mentioned you. I said, the only issue, she's in the East Coast and we're out here. She said, I would take a class from her. I would do whatever. And I said, well, I'm going to let Evelyn know, because you know what? You have so many people that are going to be ready to
and you have so much knowledge, Evelyn. Yeah, you have so much knowledge.
So anyways, I was just talking about you and your plant knowledge to somebody just this past Wednesday.
Yeah. And one day I hope to have Evelyn and Hope on my podcast, because they're both spiritual, intuitive, amazing women. And for real,
Hope
you
is
guys
in the
know.
process of learning the pendulum.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about, well, number one, the moon's with Scorpio now. So we're going to have it, you know, the rest of Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Do not hold on to any feelings, intense emotions. You know, think of the rest of this weekend as really purging and releasing, detoxing. The energy has been intense lately. You know, I think the 8-day portal was great. There's just so much going on in the world. There's so much going on in the ascension, also the solar flares. And we're having a splitting of the 3 and 5D. A lot of people are fading away out of our lives and out of your life, and that's okay. It makes me think about Lot and his wife. Do not turn back and look, right? It's like the same thing with, like, I mentioned it on my podcast with Kimberly. It's like, I have to say goodbye to some of the old TV shows and movies and music that I used to love and like and listen to, and artists, because I just, frequency wise, I'm not relating to it anymore. I don't want to hear. I mean, for a second, we were in a car going to the reading on 8-day portal, and it was just some music on, and I immediately told a line. I was like, "Oh, turn that off!" Like, it was just, you know, it was hip hop, and you know I love hip hop, but it was negative lyrics, and I was just like, "No, I can't today. I can't."
You
like,
know
it
what?
just really,
Yes.
it irks my spirit and my soul, for real. And that's okay, you guys. If you're going through this, if you're losing or having disagreements with friends and family, you can send people love from your heart chakra. And it's really important. We're still in the energy of the 8-day portal. You can still see Dog Star Sirius in the eastern horizon in the sky between 4 and 5 a.m. before the sun rises. And then, just so you know, people are also talking about, you can manifest on the 8-day portal on August 22nd, where the constellations are aligned. You know, that's more following the sidereal Vedic. So do it again on August 22nd. Nothing's wrong with doing it again. But what I explain to people is the collective consciousness is focused on the Lionsgate portal being on August 8th. And you know that that's the dominant energy, because that's last year when they did what? Lahaina.
I'm so sorry.
That's what they did, Maui Lahaina, okay? So pay attention that people will tell you, oh, the Vedic sidereal, and oh, you know, really look at the maps, the apps that talk about where the moon really is, right? So they would say right now the moon's in Libra, not in Scorpio. Well, you know what? The majority of the world does follow the Western tropical. I'm not saying that Vedic or sidereal or where the constellations are right now is not inaccurate. Astrology, it's all tools to get to the truth. If your Vedic chart resonates with you, so be it. If you like Western tropical Placidus, so be it. You like Western tropical equal houses, so be it. Or you like what I like, the Western tropical whole sign. They are all tools to get to the truth, okay? And that's what's important. But I just give you that example because of what happened on the 8-day portal last year. That lets you know, really, you know, because Maui is the heart chakra of the earth, if you don't know that, okay? So that was very intentional, very tragic. And I still send healing energy and prayers to Maui, to, you know, Gaza, Palestine, Israel,
you know, so many things
everywhere.
After
Ukraine,
they kind of
Russia.
fade out of our lexicon and news media and whatnot, we forget that for people, like, a year is not very long for everything around you to happen.
And I've got people on the ground, and my friend told me she's still doing work to help the animals, the children, rescue work, healing. And she is an amazing woman, and her husband have multiple businesses in Maui. And she's like, Eric, I don't have enough hours in the day. So work is still being done. People still are in need a year later. Okay, just so you know, they didn't get much help from the government, from Hawaii government or United States of America government, federal government. So believe me, we also got to lift up the people in the Congo and the earthquake in Japan recently. So remember, Uranus is still in Taurus. And this week coming up, just to prepare you, we're going to have the Mars-Jupiter conjunction. Then we're going to have Mars squaring Saturn before Jupiter squares Saturn. So, you know, you're dealing with that energy in Gemini. So gossip arguments about management, about beliefs, about philosophies can really expand this week. There can be this hurry up and wait or this frustration that your ideals or what you're trying to communicate is being like restricted, delayed, or limited. So be patient and focus on the long game. Okay, because when you're having the Mars and then the Jupiter square Saturn, you have to be patient, right? Mars and Gemini, it's quick, almost like Mars and Aries. We're going to have to slow down and we're going to have to reanalyze and reassess. Mercury's still retrograde. It's currently, or I think tomorrow will be 2 degrees, right, in Virgo before it goes back into Leo. So right now we've got Mercury retrograde, Chiron retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde, Pluto retrograde, 5 things. So what is God in the universe telling us? We have to analyze and assess, be introspective, think about how we can do the inner work and heal. I've done so much healing and I still got to do inner child work because I've got to focus on age 7. I've been focused on 6 and 9 and 10. Well, not like I glossed over it. I just can't remember age 7 because it was too traumatic for me with my mother being shot. But that's something that I've got to spend some time on for myself. And I'm just being honest and sharing that with you. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter how long you've been at this or doing this, you can still always up level and heal. Okay. Any comments?
No. Everybody's quiet.
So, you know what I mean? So I just want to share that with you guys because it's muy, muy importante. So let's talk about Jupiter Leo. Interesting placement. It's a fun energy. Jupiter is in its planetary joy in 11th house, does really well in Aquarius, does very well in Leo, is exalted in Cancer, is at home in Sagittarius and Pisces. And, Jupiter in Leo, what Jupiter is, the great benefic, and it's dealing with wisdom, beliefs, philosophies, the master, teacher, preacher, guru, shaman. It is biology, finance, it's abundance, fortune and luck, expansion. It can be a husband and a wife's chart or a same-sex couple chart. It is also management. It's an indicator in transit of potential pregnancies. So when Jupiter is in Leo, it's expanding the creativity, the entertainment, the dynamic, expressive energy, the drama, sometimes the stubbornness and the arrogance, also the politician, the government energy. Leo's very much associated with the politician or the entertainer. So Jupiter Leo people can really, get into a lot of different things, a lot of management, right? Usher managed Justin Bieber. We won't say whether or not he was good or bad. But Diana Ross, I think Kevin Hart, a bunch of people have this placement. When you have Jupiter in Leo, it also can expand quite literally, and you can have a lot of blessings when you are expressing yourself truthfully from your heart chakra, okay? But understand, when Jupiter in general, even though it's this great benefic, it can expand the negative and positive traits. So right now, Jupiter in Gemini, it can expand the gossip, right? So we just have to be mindful of that. So when you're thinking about Jupiter in Leo, you want to make sure that you are someone, and if you have this placement and you're watching this on replay or whatever, you want to accentuate the generosity of Leo, the willingness to share the spotlight, the willingness to communicate and express your talents, right? Joy and gratitude, reflecting back to God's source creator energy from your heart. That's very powerful. The play. Remember I tell you the 4 highest frequencies, right? Joy, gratitude, love, and authenticity. And sometimes you look at the opposite sign, the sister sign, for some of the input and information, because it does give it to you in terms of like how Aquarius is super weird and bizarre and authentic, but it's more about the collective and it's very independent, where Leo is very independent and more heart-focused, but it's more social. You know what I mean? And it's more like I. Aquarius is more we. Okay? But both fixed signs, fixed air and fixed fire. So Jupiter in Leo, you can be a very dynamic entertainer, like a Diana Ross, who I did work with and met. Beautiful energy. I mean, she was one of the stars that I was blown away by that I met and worked with on Double Platinum with her and Brandy. And, my New York City acting days, a lot of fun. But you know what I mean? So just understand when you have Jupiter and Leo also, you really need to be that regal king and queen. And the expression is super important from your heart.
So Evelyn asked, Jupiter, or made a statement and asked, Jupiter will be transiting my second house. Does that mean anything?
Yeah. You mean now in Gemini? Or are you talking about when it's in Leo in 26? Because you're the Cancer rising, so Jupiter in Leo. So that's going to be in 2026. So Jupiter in Cancer will be starting June of 25. So probably June or May of 26 is when it will be in your second house in Leo, right? And so that could be a big financial year for you, Ev. 2026. Big. And it could be even an expansion to your family. Maybe your son has a child and you have a grandbaby. So, you know what I mean? There could be a lot of different things, but it's also letting you know that it's a good time for you to throw yourself out there more and maybe, right, open up your throat chakra and start your own YouTube channel or start doing your teaching or even more things that are putting you out there. So that's going to be a very powerful year for you, starting the early summer or before the summer of 2026. Okay.
And then, I don't know. She said, does it mean money? And then she said, stop. I don't know what you want us to stop, sweetheart. Anyways, Katayun Zanvakili. I might be saying that wrong. I'm sorry, but Jupiter and Leo here.
Hey, Jupiter, Leo. Well, what house do you have it in? And share your big three. Nice to meet you. Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology. Welcome. I don't think you've been on the podcast before, so really appreciate you coming. Yep, share your big three. But you have Jupiter, Leo. I've already been talking about it. Hopefully you heard some of it, but I'd like to, find out what house you have it in so I can give you some more insights. But when you have Jupiter and Leo, you could, work in the entertainment or political industry. You can find blessings for you personally. You could also, if you, marry or get married and you marry a husband, you could have a Leo sun, moon, rising as a husband. That, if I was doing a love chart reading for you, that would be one of the placements what I would tell you to focus on for love. But it's about you expanding your creativity, expanding your self-expression, expanding sharing the spotlight, your generosity, but being the regal queen that I know you are. Okay. And really just, heart-centered. That's where your abundance and blessings come from. When you are being dynamic and expressive. All right. I wonder what you, does she share her big three yet? Sun, moon, rising?
Hi, sixth house.
Oh, and your sixth house for your daily routine?
Sun, Pisces rising, Sag moon.
Oh, Pisces rising, Sag moon in the 10th house. And the what sun?
Libra sun.
Libra sun in the 8th house. Oh, that's why you're here. Okay, so Jupiter in the 6th house in Leo. Jupiter doesn't love being in the 6th house, but hopefully your heart and your back are fine. Always, check on those. Definitely want to move the body, but Jupiter and Leo in the 6th house, you could get into literally entertainment law, but whatever you do, you could be someone that when you communicate from your heart, it brings you financial blessings. And when you are of service to the collective and humanity, right, you will definitely be rewarded and blessed for it. Okay. Jupiter, Leo, 6th house. Like I said, Jupiter doesn't love being in the 6th house, but Jupiter does so good everywhere. It don't matter. But it does well in Leo. So I'd be interested to see what you do for work and, life and career. But just know a lot of your blessings come from, and you may have 2 dogs or 2 cats or a bunch of pets as well when you have in the 6th house. And your mother maybe has a lot of siblings. You may have a lot of aunts and uncles. Okay. So.
And she said, "Oh wow, thank you for that." Libra, yes, and in the 8th house.
Yeah, well, Libra in 8th house, you feel harmonious and peaceful when you're learning about the occult knowledge, astrology, numerology, tarot. Like, you just feel at peace, you know what I mean? And you probably really like to investigate to know the truth about the secrets of the world, right? You're like, what's just, what's fair? And just so you know, Libra sun, moon risings can be very physically and sexually attracted to you. Don't tell anybody I told you.
Well, she said thank you, but she said thank you before you gave her that. So she might really say thank you the second time.
Yeah, but no, definitely good energy. Oh, and I love Pisces rising. So listen, definitely reach out, book a birth chart reading with me. The website, BigEAstrology.com, or you can email me, BigEAstrology@gmail.com, or my new email, Eric@BigEAstrology.com. All right, so we're trying to work on that, and you guys can start to send your emails there to Eric@BigEAstrology.com. We got a lot of things in the works. The fall is going to be really bigly for us here on the channel, and just with the business. We're really expanding, and wifey's helping me to construct the funnel. But
she's an NDEer.
Oh,
is that how you found Eric?
Is that how you found me? I've been on actually, I'm recording a podcast tomorrow, you guys. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to be on the Perfect Mode podcast with Jay Clay and his business partner. I'm really excited about that. And then Thursday night, you guys, live, I'm going to be on 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, Journey to the New Earth with Miss Kimberly Montgomery, talking about America's birth chart and the astrology from now in the next few years for us here on Earth and America. So you don't want to miss that live. Okay. So go watch the Kimberly Montgomery podcast, but her channel is Journey to the New Earth. And I was on her podcast as well, but I'll be on live Thursday night. Okay.
So are you going to the conference, the IONS conference?
I'm going to be presenting at the conference.
He'll be a panelist.
Yeah, I'll be a panelist. I'm very excited.
Next year, we're going to have him being a keynote or having a lunch or something. We had to be humble in the beginning.
But I'm very honored and very excited.
We're very excited. It's such a diverse and dynamic group of people. And there are so many things, and they've got NDE groups for Catholics, for Christians, for priests, for Muslims, for Jewish, for people who have alien experiences. The list goes on. This is such a huge group of people. And when I played the music,
I think there's like over 600 people already attending. Mm-hmm. It's going to be big. Now, also, you guys, just so you know, and if you want, you can share when your NDE was, and so glad that you made it. Mine was in 2021. I'm coming up on the 3rd year anniversary. And I've been on now like maybe 14 or 15 different podcasts talking about my NDE and astrology and spirituality and more. So it started with the Jeff Mara podcast. You can go and watch.
If you're saying yes that you're going to be there, then please. You're speaking on.
I'll be speaking on Friday, August 30th from 4 to 5. So
we're going to be there on Friday and Saturday.
Oh, and Saturday you can come see me in the healing room. I'll be doing astrology readings on the 31st. So yeah, if you're going to be there, it'd be great to meet you. Yeah,
come and say hello.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm actually having a couple of people on IAMS on my podcast. So I'm going to have Betty on, and also Marianne. So I'm very excited, and that'll be, I think, the next 2 Mondays. They'll be coming on, not this Monday, but next Monday, and the 19th, and then the 26th. So very excited, and that will lead up to the conference here in Phoenix.
Yeah. So when I accidentally made some noise earlier, I was trying to find the name. I just finished a book, Proof of Heaven by Eben Alexander. And
he was the keynote speaker last
year's conference. Yeah. So I was just doing some listening and some reading, and
hopefully we'll get him on Knowledge is Love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, why not?
Yeah. So we'll be working on that as well.
He's a neuroscientist or a neurosurgeon. I should say. So he is like total science, and his NDE just really changed his entire worldview on everything. very fascinating.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to have a few NDE guests on in the next 2 months. So I'm really excited about that. And I think just even in August, I'm going to have 3 NDEers on. So it's, to me, I am very open to talking because to me, it's about sharing knowledge. That's what the podcast is about. And I've had various and a myriad of different people with all different healing, all the different healing arts and different modalities. I've had some spiritual MCs and rappers on, my sound engineer, graffiti artist, former producer, Fred Ones was on. So it's really fun. And I enjoy sharing this knowledge with you guys here on my podcast. So always check in. Look in playlists and you can see the Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast and just click on it and go through and you could see so many amazing people. So, and the Pisces rising, just make sure you are, it's hard for you being on this planet Earth and you are a shapeshifter. But what happens is Pisces risings, you see the 7th house, the other half, you don't see them clearly. So you have to really check into that Virgo 7th house to make sure you're sure and overanalyze and assess that who you're dating or who you're marrying or who you're in a relationship is really right for you, because sometimes you can be overly unrealistic or idealistic about your partner and you may not see them clearly. You see who they can be, but not necessarily who they are, and they might not ever be able to achieve the potential that you see in them, just so you understand that, okay?
So Kathy Yoon said that her NDE was in 2002. It was her last one, so it implies multiple.
Well, please email me. I may like to interview you.
She spoke with Jeff Mara as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Is that where you found Eric?
Is that where you found my channel? I was on there too. Wow.
Yeah. So she's not able to make it to the conference this year, but she looks forward to connecting soon.
Okay. Please email me.
She works as a psychic channel and artist, which that's right up our alley. So you need to
reach out to me. I would love to talk to you.
Eric at BigEAstrology. Yeah. ERIC.
Yeah.
Biggie, just like in the back of us.
Yeah.
.com.
Well, she's on YouTube, so she knows. So BigEAstrology.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But that would be, I would love to talk to you. That'd be really awesome. And she's more than one NDE. God bless you.
Yeah, she's familiar with Evan's book, and I'm a hybrid.
Okay. You'd have to share more. Hybrid in terms of what?
What does that mean?
Well, maybe half ET, half human. Yeah. But you know what? What's really fascinating.
Her phone found you.
Your phone found me? That's great. Well, your phone is vibrating on the right frequency.
That's right. Look at that.
No,
but just up here making ascended jokes.
So my and then I have another announcement as well. But so my NDE, I was in coma for 40 days, and it was rough. It was rough, but definitely you could see that story on the Jeff Mara and a myriad of other podcasts as well. But we're going to get into Leo and Saturn in a second. But I would like to invite you, just like I invited the other ladies, to come to Coffee Talk this Friday. I'm going to be teaching a lesson on the birth chart of Kamala Harris, the Libra Sun, Aries Moon, Gemini Rising. No politics, just, kind of really going through and seeing who she is as the Democratic nominee and vice president through the birth chart, because it tells a story, and everybody's chart tells a story. And then, so to be fair, September, and these are for my mini coffee talks, $11, 70 minutes, Friday, August 16th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. In September, I will do Donald J. Trump, and in October, I will do RFK Jr. So it should be fun. But then my big coffee talk is on Saturday. And if you can't make it live, you can always pay the money and receive the recording and all the videos and graphics on Saturday, August 24th, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And some people are signing up already for both of them. So you guys can just sign up. You don't have to wait till the last minute. You can sign up now. But that will be 2 hours, $20. I'm going to be teaching a lesson on Venus signs and the placements in the birth chart, the love language, the Venus relationships. Venus is, just so you know, it is your love language. It could be a wife, for a husband, or same-sex couple chart. But Venus is your pleasure, your beauty, your love language. It's describing the relationships, even your fashion. We're not focusing on the fashion, but it is also the seat of life. Venus is also sperm. So it's really deep. So if you want to come and bring your Venus sign and placement and learn about some Venus love matches, it's, very helpful, and it's going to be really informative. 2 hours, and we're going to get all up in the Venus world. Summer love. We got to talk about love in the summer. So you're not alone in the winter. Get it? So Venus Saturn. Leo Saturn. See, I got Venus in my mind. Now, that's funny that I said that, though, because Venus is in Virgo, and it will be opposing Saturn, and it won't catch up to Mars, but it will square Jupiter. So the two benefics will be in a square. So that's, coming up, later in the month. We'll be seeing that. But yeah, Venus will go through the opposition to Saturn and Neptune, which can make us a little delusional about love and relationships as well. Okay. Now, got to breathe for a second, right? Leo Saturn. I've had a lot of clients with this chart, this placement in the birth chart. And, Saturn is at home in Capricorn and Aquarius and exalted in Libra. So when Saturn is in Leo, it's in its detriment, or also debilitated, right? And not a death sentence, right? You just have to learn how to work with the energy. But there is a theme and a pattern that I've seen. A lot of people with Leo and Saturn, they can have some tough relationships with their dad, depending on the house and the aspects. I've seen where their father was, died early. You could see fathers in the military. But just in general, Saturn is what? The great malefic. So Saturn is your discipline, structure, hard work, your organization, responding to your abilities, limits, delays, anxiety, stress, fear. It's the karmic teacher. We live in a Saturnian bubble matrix, right? It's father time. It's the son of Uranus, right? Saturn, Kronos, and the father of Jupiter. So Saturn, when you have Leo and Saturn, well, your responsibility is to really vibrate from your heart chakra, be more expressive, really walk in that generous energy, being the regal king and queen, and just kind of not fall into the stubbornness, the arrogance, the selfishness. These are the lower frequencies of Leo. And so all the fire signs in Saturn, fire signs are action orientated, masculine energies. So they are outwardly, and they're moving. They like to move. Well, they've got to slow down. And that's hard for Aries, Leo, and Sag. So Leo and Saturn, it gets restricted. It can get very frustrated, almost like Mars and Taurus. It can get very frustrated because it's bringing delays to your self-expression. It's bringing some limits or fears or stress and anxiety around your creativity, around your heart, And so I've seen a lot of people have issues with their father, or maybe even a grandparent, when they have Leo and Saturn, But I'll tell you this, when you have Leo and Saturn, and what Saturn will do when you are disciplined and you put in the hard work, Saturn will extend that regal energy, extend that self-expression. Here's an example. A Leo that has Leo and Saturn, Mr. Thomas Edward Brady. And what did he extend? His career. Now he's going into broadcasting for Fox, making like $20 million a year. Like, you know what I mean? So he played longer in the quarterback position in the NFL than anybody ever in history, and is the greatest quarterback of all time, 7 Super Bowls. So that's an example, right? But that's the Saturn, I don't know the exact chart, but probably conjunct the natal sun. And so that's where you can see where when you do respond to your ability, and in a way, he was not arrogant or stubborn at all. He wasn't selfish. Unlike LeBron James, I give you an example, Tom Brady always took less money. He was never the highest paid player in the game. Always took less money so he could have a good team around him. So that shows you, right? That's where Saturn rewarded him. So Saturn is, when you honor Saturn, you guys, it will give you literally more blessings and rewards than Jupiter or Venus. I promise you. But Saturn will kick your butt if you are not disciplined, organized, you're not willing to put in the hard work, put the structures and the systems into place. And remember, Brady was infamous for, right? Avocado ice cream, no, eating no plant shades, being extremely disciplined, hardworking. Like, I mean, just all of it. And so he was rewarded. So it's kind of interesting, but that's just a little off the cuff, off the top of the head example of where you can see how, I don't want to even say the fame, but like by the way he's been, how Saturn has rewarded him in his life. Okay. So I don't know if any of you guys have Leo Saturn or you know anybody that has it, but it can be extremely beneficial if you implement the hard work and discipline and structures. And Leos, Leos like to have fun. They don't always want to work so hard, but Leo is about putting its best foot forward because they see themselves as the lion, the king of the jungle, right? That's why it's at home in the sun. And Sun and Saturn are like, kind of opposites and enemies. So this is a hard energy to work with. But if you do what I was saying, right, and focus on the sharing the spotlight, the generosity, the healthy self-expression, right? Brady wasn't one of those players that talked gossip. He didn't go to the media like, some guys. He was just about the work, listen to his coach and followed like the rules, right? Saturn is the rules, the authority. He didn't disrespect Bill Belichick or the owner, Robert Kraft. Okay. So, any comments?
Yeah. Nobody's talking to us today. That's okay. I mean, we've had some good talk.
Yeah, no. So, but any questions on Leo Saturn, you guys? Do you know anybody with it, or even back to the Leo Jupiter? Because one thing that I'll say in astrology, when you're dealing with the great benefic Jupiter and the great malefic Leo Saturn, there can be some extreme challenges. Remember I said Jupiter, like in Gemini, could expand the negative traits, and that's the gossip, right? Here's an example too. So one thing about when you have a day chart, if your sun is above the ascendant, so more like houses 12 through 8, right? When you have the day chart, Mars is your greater malefic and Jupiter is your greater benefic. When you have a night chart, so that means the sun, Mars, and Jupiter, this is called set, right? Sun, Mars, and Jupiter are on the same team. The night chart, the sun is below the ascendant in the first house, or houses 2 through 6. It's a night chart. So that's Moon, Venus, the great benefic, and Saturn, the greater malefic. Does that make sense? So
our girl Sia Ani Ari is here. Hello.
Hi, Sia. She was here last time, right?
Yay! I'm loving it. She's deciding to spend time with us on a regular.
Well, I appreciate you on this Saturday evening. It's hot out here, you guys.
It's getting hot out here.
We were so exhausted.
It's getting so hot. I want to take my clothes off.
But can I tell you, it's hard for me to hear that song. One, I don't really like Nelly. No hate. I just don't like him that much. But
I like him now that he's back with Ashanti.
Well, yeah, she's happy about that. But let me just share the funny story. My mother used to love that song. That was kind of hard for me, right? But it was cute, right? I mean, because she was older. But my mom, I remember being at a cousin's birthday party, and that song was on, and my mom was dancing, and she was singing the song and the lyrics. I'm looking at her like, what are you doing? She's like, I love this song. And I'm like, oh my God, Ma. Right? It's just to see a mother singing that song, it's funny. But my mom was really cool and hip. She loved hip hop music. She loved all artists, and she was the Pisces rising, Pisces moon. So music was my mother's thing. And she liked Nelly too.
Sia, Jupiter is in Gemini.
Your Jupiter's in Gemini. So you're going through your Jupiter return. This is a great year for you. Let me know what house it's in. But, remember, even though Jupiter is debilitated in Gemini, home in Sag, it still does pretty well. This is the year to start your podcast, to express yourself artistically, to expand your communications, to, really get into reading more books or listening to Audible, right? This is where you listen to more of Knowledge is Love Astrology podcasts, right? And comment on the last 4 ones. But you know what I mean? But seriously, Jupiter and Gemini, you want to increase your verbal input and output. And you're going to get blessings by your words, your writing, and your hand skills this year. And in general, in the natal chart, I mean, it's not the easiest energy because it's debilitated. So remember, mira, no gossiping, because who hears the gossip? The subconscious mind. And it doesn't realize you're talking about somebody else. So you always want to remember, right? That's why we got 2 ears, 1 mouth, right? We shouldn't, and listen, we all do it. We gossip about other people. We don't, and it's not nice. We shouldn't. But you just can't help it. It's a part of life, right? You see something like, oh my God, why is this person doing that? Or I can't believe they did this. And you don't even think of it as gossip, but I hate to say it, it is. And so I'm speaking to myself now. It's something that, myself and my wife and just everybody as a collective, we need to be more mindful of, especially this year with Jupiter and Gemini, because it doesn't serve us to gossip. It really doesn't. And just think of it like your subconscious mind is your friend that's storing your memories, and it clouds your brain and your subconscious mind. So the less we gossip, the better off we are, because it really affects us. Does that make sense? I hope so. So, but Jupiter Gemini, what house do you have it in? But, like I said, it can expand the good thing. Maybe you're supposed to write a book this year or start your own podcast. Let me know. I'll subscribe and follow you. Okay. See, tell me your big 3 again. I don't remember. But for all you guys, right, look in your chart, right, for Hope, Evelyn, anybody, wherever your Gemini house is, right now you got Mars and Jupiter there. So Jupiter's there for the year. Mars is there to, I think, Septiembre 4. I think it's September 4th. But this is where you've got to, this week, there could be a lot of big arguments. Got to watch out for that. Because Mars conjunct Jupiter in Gemini, it could get you into logistically analyzing and researching things, right? Being the private eye and investigator. It'll be good for me, like reading charts this week or doing my podcast. But Mars conjunct Jupiter could really get into a lot of debates and gossip around people's beliefs and philosophies. And that's really bad, right, during this political season. So this is going to create a lot of disagreements and arguments this week on social media. You'll see, right? And so also be mindful, right? We're coming off just a couple hours ago, Scorpio moon squaring Aquarius Pluto. So, I haven't been listening to the news, and I don't, I just don't watch television anymore, just for my sports. That's it. But I don't know, is like, Ukraine going further into Russia, I know they were this morning, or more of those innocent kids and 90 people killed in Gaza in a school bomb. I mean, I don't know. I don't even like talking about this stuff because the whole thing is just disgusting and silly to me. But you understand that this is some of the stuff in this intensity today and tonight and tomorrow and early Monday with the Scorpio moon. But remember, late Sunday into Monday, that Scorpio moon will trine Saturn and Neptune, and we can have some moments of deep spiritual, intuitive, empathic, psychic energy. So Sunday night, Monday, really get into your bag in terms of meditating, toning, all the spiritual work. Now remember, Saturn in Pisces, you should do it every day, 15 to 30 minutes a day. The way the energy is right now as a collective, no days off, you guys, right? No days off, for real, please. I beg of you. But with Saturn's in Pisces, compassion, empathy, grace, and mercy for yourself first. Be kind to yourself, especially for Pisces. She's the Pisces sun. She's got to be nicer to herself. right? And take time to, like, maybe tonight I might run a bubble bath for her so she can do some crystals and Epsom salt, because you've got to take care of your feet. You've got to take care of your body, take care of your toes, especially when Saturn's in Pisces. And that's for all Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising. So even for you as well. What's her name? Kendu, or is that, or is that what's her name again?
Katayun.
Katayun?
Katayun.
Katayun. Okay. So
Yoon.
Yoon. Katayun. Yeah, man. It's a Katayun. So Katayun, you should be doing an Epsom salt bath, if not tonight, Sunday night and a Monday. Okay.
So Sia Ari says she's already writing a book.
See, I knew it.
And she writes poems and stories.
Oh, you could share with me.
Publish some of my writing, considering that this is a year. This is the year.
It is the
year.
And
then she's an Aries Sun, Moon Cancer, rising Taurus.
Taurus rising. Oh, I remember you now. So Aries Sun in the 12th house. I remember when we talked about that. And the Moon in the 3rd house. Okay, she's Taurus rising too. Okay, now I remember.
And then Coco Locks is here. Hey, girl.
What up, Coco Locks? How you feeling, Cheryl? I hope you're coming to Coffee Talk Friday.
Sorry, she's late.
That's okay.
Better late than never.
I appreciate you guys.
How much I missed, I think I'm going to have to go back.
You'll have to go back because we're going to be getting off in a little bit.
With a really good rhyme.
Oh, yeah. The freestyle rhyme was dope. Off a new track. And we've been talking about Jupiter, Leo and Jupiter, and then Leo and Saturn. So
and Katayun says she does it on a regular basis.
She does what on a regular? Oh, good. I'm so glad you do. Good job. And you got to drink a lot of water. And you can manifest really well in water as a Pisces rising. But Pisces risings, y'all are in the ethers. This 3D realm is not for you, but this time is. And another great announcement. So hopefully, Calculax, you're coming to Coffee Talk Friday, August 16th. Kamala Harris's chart, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 70 minutes, $11. But you guys, I have been elected or asked or selected to be on a board for a near-death experience and really just a spiritual organization. And it's called the Ascension Institute, right? LLC. It's really exciting. And I'm going to be a part of it, and had a great first meeting. Amazing people, literally from all over the world. And I'm excited to be a part of it. And, we may even try to get some connections to present some things to the United Nations, just about spirituality and what, really what people need. Just very excited, but it's with a powerhouse group of people, and I'm going to be a board member, and just very honored to be a part of it and very excited. So I'll update you when things are more official in September and October about everything. We're going to have our next meeting in September, but yeah, just really excited about that.
It seems like it's going to be a really amazing group, and I'm just so proud that they reached out to you.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Yeah. So, your boys just making moves. So what I will ask is all of you wonderful, beautiful women on here tonight, do me that one favor and not only hit the like button now, but when the show is over, just please come back and comment, right? It helps it grow in algorithms. Just say, oh, thanks for sharing about Jupiter and Saturn and Leo, or fire emoji, or great show, Eric. I really appreciate it, because sometimes people come to the live, but you got to comment afterwards, because that kind of helps the live grow. If you know, capiche? But I'm just so glad. Listen, like I always tell you guys, right? I know hard work as a Capricorn moon, Virgo sun, and Scorpio rising. I don't know any special algorithms. I just know how to speak the truth from my heart. I know my astrology. I'm growing every day in every way spiritually, but I am here to be of service and to help the collective be the best version of themselves and really transform. And I was mentioning earlier that some of you guys missed some of the guests that I have coming up. I've got 3 NDEers coming up this month. And, an amazing woman who's had 5 NDEs, but is a medical intuitive, coming up on Tuesday. So that podcast should be coming out this Friday coming up. And, we all can still remember Chiron's in retrograde, right? And I mentioned the 5 planets: Chiron, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto. Okay, I don't know the end of the date exactly. I think Mercury is the 25th, 26th of August. Chiron, I'm not sure. Pluto is October 11th. Saturn, I believe, is November 15th. And Neptune may be December 7th. Okay. If I'm off a day or two, please forgive me, but it's just off the cuff. But pretty sure those are the correct dates. But 5 planets in retrograde, God in the universe is asking us now to do the inner work, to heal our inner child. Aries North Node to January 11, 2025, to be brave and courageous, to go for it, right? You got that in the 11th house, Hope, right? To initiate being over the internet, right? Being brave, sharing your gifts, sharing your tarot, your pendulum work, all that stuff. So look where your Aries house is and see where you need. For example, I've got it in my 6th house. So literally, I have been lifting weights 7 days a week. I'm not going crazy, but what I'm doing is keeping up the maintenance and just getting stronger every day by lifting 7 days a week. And as you get older, the most important thing, this for not just men, women too, we have to do our squats. When you do the squatting, it keeps the core and the lower legs stronger, and that really helps you with balance and prevents you from getting weaker in your legs and having any falls as you get into your 70s and 80s. Very important. You need to do that in your late 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? Because the work that you put in your 40s and 50s, that's what's going to show up in the late 60s and 70s. So put in the work now. Does that make sense? So, and remember the best days to exercise and work out: Tuesday, the day of the planet Mars, upper body, shoulders, bench press, everything up above. Thursday, Jupiter, hips and thighs, leg press, squats, all that stuff. And then Saturday, Saturn, which is all just the bones, your DNA, right? Your lineage. So lifting them, and Saturn is actually machine. So just lifting all types of weights. Wednesday is Mercury. So you can do walking, jump rope, deep breath work, meditation, journaling your lungs. Monday, I would just relax. Monday's introspection. You want to journal, journal. You want to meditate, meditate. But Monday is really a day of peace and rest and really just cleansing and purifying the emotional mind and the body. So really eat less on a Monday, I would say. Do some intermittent fasting. Eat with the circadian rhythms of the sun. Muy, muy importante. Hablando español, mira, estudia español 3 años en la universidad, I like to do that. She always laughs and teases me. But my 15-year-old's taking Spanish now, so I'm going to practice with him and help him a little bit. But then Friday, like Monday, another day to relax. It's Venus. Don't OD on any drinks. Alcohol does shrink the brain, so it's not worth it. We've done a couple of mocktails on the show. We don't drink anymore. Not to say, if she wants to have a drink, she can have a drink. It's not some like,
oh, I'm going to drink if I want to.
That's right. It's not like some blood oath declaration, but we just don't vibrate with it. We really just don't. And I'm proud of her. It's a bigger thing for her than me because I wasn't really drinking.
I come from a long line of drinkers.
Yeah. But, so it's really cool. And then Sunday is a day where you could get a little extra rest, but that's why they play football on Sundays, because it's the day of the sun. Vitality, your purpose, your I am energy. So you're going to feel stronger on a Sunday. Okay. So just follow the planets. They give you a lot of insight and information. And when you work with the days, right? Even like I tell you, I do my a great service for you guys, the book. If you haven't done a natal chart or you don't know where to start or whatever, obviously the natal birth chart is great, but my moon tracking service. So I do a moon chart reading for you, and I take you through the cycle of a month. Great for the ladies with the menstrual cycle, but for men too, in terms of your emotional mind, your response, your reactions, your body, your health, your intuition, the family you create, your mother. The moon is your mind, your memory. It's your mood swings. So in this reading, you get the recording, you ask live questions, but you also get videos of the moon and all 12 signs and all 12 houses. So you really get to understand how the moon will aspect all your planets and all 12 houses. And we go through a full month and I break it down for you. So when the moon's in Scorpio, what you can experience. When the moon's in Libra, what sign and house it's in, what you can experience. I'm really proud of it. And it's thanks to a former client that was in my astrological life coaching program that I created this service. And it was because of her. And I just am great gratitude because I've been able to bless many people working with the moon chart service. So you can book that at BigEAstrology.com. It's $170 and it's well worth it and super, super helpful. So you can learn astrology and really things slow down. You become a Jedi when you start tracking the moon and really understand how it's going to affect you every 2.5 days. You can't beat it, Lucy. So any other questions or comments before we go? Because we're going to wrap it up. Got a son that's got a little bowling date tonight, so she's got to take him.
No, Sia Ani says, Ari says, congratulations.
Thank you.
And Katayun says, it's good to hear and congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited to be a part of that organization, but the podcasts are really just having some amazing guests. Go back and watch the last few. And really it's been the summer of knowledge is love, because June and July we're off the chain and August is going to be off the chizzy chain. But I'm really proud, but I'm also honored because a lot of these people are powerhouses in their own modalities, but a lot of them are willing to come back in the fall to come on live with you guys. So look for some of the people from the summer, because I know the summer people aren't paying attention to YouTube. Everybody's out and about and doing their thing. Nobody's thinking about spirituality or self-help, although you should be thinking about it every day.
Ear Hustler.
Hey,
what's up?
Ear Hustler.
It's been a minute.
How you doing? What's up, lady? Hopefully you come to Coffee Talk this Friday. We're looking at Kamala Harris's chart, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Ear Hustler. 70 minutes, $11. It's going to be super fun. And a lot of people have already, I got, people coming from all over the world. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And it was great when you came to Coffee Talk, Ear Hustler. So I would love for you to come back. And then the 24th, we'll be doing Venus, 12 noon Eastern, 2 hours, $20. Venus love languages all through the chart. But the Kamala Harris one's going to be deep. And then I told you, for you guys that came on a little bit later, September, Donald Trump's chart, right? Got to be fair with everybody. But it's not about the politics. It's just about the chart. And he's got a fascinating chart. Both these people, Kamala and Donald, both of their charts are favorable in terms of, for career success and winning the presidency. So it's not even something like, oh, well, who's going to win? Like, yeah, who knows, right? But both their charts this is a beneficial year for both of them. So it's kind of funny. That's why she's got this rise and, Biden, but remember, I predicted that, I predicted it was going to be Sunday and he did it. I predicted it was going to be Monday and he did it on Sunday, that he was going to step out of the race, just knowing and looking at his chart and the energy when he did that, a few weeks back. But then in October, I'm going to do RFK Jr.'s chart, which should be fascinating. And I got to get back to my celebrity chart series because I want to do his father, RFK, JFK, MLK, who I did on Instagram 2 years back, but I want to do it here on YouTube. And because stuff doesn't stay on Instagram like that, like it does on YouTube. And then Malcolm X and many more. Muhammad Ali, got a bunch of charts to do. But so that's basically it. And but famous people or politicians who are alive, I only do that in private, not in the public sphere. That's just my moral code and ethics as an astrologer. If I don't have their permission, I feel like I don't have the right or the business to do that. That's, many astrologers do. I'm not judging them. It's just what's right for Eric Taylor and BigEAstrology. Okay. You have to have a code, morals and ethics, especially when you were a part of forming the zodiac and the constellations. I've been doing this for millennia. So believe me when I say I know that I am right and righteous, not in a bragging way, but just an honorable way of not doing that, because it's very sacred. This is ancient wisdom and knowledge. Okay. So we're going to get ready to go. I think there may be one more comment, a new comment.
Coco Lock said congratulations as well.
Thank you, Coco.
Thank you.
And make sure you guys like and come back and comment. And we'll probably be live again next Friday or Saturday. But next week, look for, won't have a new podcast probably until next Thursday or Friday. probably hopefully Thursday. But I'm recording a bunch this week. I got 3 podcasts this week, and I'll be on live. Okay. I will be on live Thursday night on Kimberly Montgomery's podcast, my most recent guest, Journey to the New Earth. So come watch me live Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Come support. And we're going to be talking about America and spirituality and ascension and what's going on in the cosmos. It's going to be fun, Lucy. Okay? So I hope I see you guys there live Thursday night. So it's like I'll be like on again this week. But then either Thursday or Friday, I'll be putting up my interview with, so episode 235 with Sherry Anshara, who is the medical intuitive. Really, I guess, does she consider herself a shaman? She's like no,
she doesn't call herself that.
So medical intuitive and just a spiritual powerhouse.
She's trying to start a school.
Yeah, she's trying to start a school, but 5 NDEs, okay? And she's 81 with a energy and a brain of like a 42-year-old. She's incredible. And she did healing work on me. So, amazing. I can vouch. You know what I mean? Like when I work with people or when I see their chart.
As she was working on him, things were popping in the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
There was some stuff on her walls that began to move. I was sitting there like.
She saw my neck stretch out.
Neck stretch.
Yeah.
It was a trip. There's just a bunch of little things that happened. And I was sitting right there and I was like, wow, this is pretty powerful.
She's amazing, you guys. And I'm just honored to meet her and know her and to share her with you guys. So please don't miss. And really go back. Like check out not just the last 3 or 4, my last 8 or 9 or 10 podcasts. Knowledge is Love. I've had some really heavy hitters June, July, and early August already. So please go watch, like, and comment. These people are fascinating. And reach out. You can reach out and say, hey, I saw you on the BigEAstrology podcast and book services. If they're on my show, I definitely vouch for them. You know what I mean? And even Psychic Energy Mama, she does Kundalini activation work. Jolene Aaron, she's amazing. Big following on Instagram. Galiana Akin, huge following on Instagram. She got over 300K and just fascinating. But I've seen these people's charts too. So, someone can tell me who they are, who they think they are, but in the chart, I know who you are. You can't hide. You can't hide. I'm going to find you and see your birth chart. Ready or not, here he comes. You can't hide.
All righty, he's singing. That means we gotta go.
Whoa.
No, it was a beautiful. It was beautiful.
That's tough.
No. What I meant, it sounded worse than what I meant. What I meant is, you were letting us know.
The
show was over.
But see,
serenading.
Wait. But see how I take these.
Oh, was that a microaggression?
These little body blows.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Do you see how I take these?
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me kisses. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
It's all right. She's my soulmate and best friend, so I'll let her slide. All right, you guys. I love you. Thank you for watching episode 234. Please come back after we say goodbye. And just make sure you but put a little comment. It really helps to grow in the algorithms.
Follow and like, share it with your friends. Tell them to follow and like.
Yeah, please tell people to subscribe. We're trying to get to that 8 and then 9 and then 10 and then 25 and 100K. And just keep on growing and showing and shining. Leos, hit me up, BigEAstrology@gmail.com or Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Leo birth chart sale.
Big E, Eric at Big E, not but Big Eric at Big E.
Yeah.
All of it going there.
Yeah. Just send it to Eric at BigEAstrology.com.
I'm even saying it.
But I know.
Sorry, I'm a mess. See, look at, I'm a mess.
Episode 234, Leo in Jupiter and in Saturn. Hopefully for you, I broke down the patterns. Knowledge is love.